Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Last time we finished the first day of the fifth case, Rise from the Ashes. So it says it's a trial now, so let's do it. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Just like her hand behind her back. Which is cool.
Yeah, very interesting. Rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes, a defense attorney should never believe their client. A defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. There's one big difference. You have different jobs. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, that's the only difference. You know, not perspective.
My first trial without a fae helping me was basically saying that when you're a prosecutor, you just, distrust everyone. But if you're gonna be a defense attorney, you have to trust at least one person, right?
Yeah.
My first trial without a fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Like how the defense attorneys just always get to, bring a ride along. Like, here's my sidekick. They just get to be there at the desk, too.
I don't think you could do that, though.
Yeah, I don't think this... But they do it anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
See the prosecutors bringing friends with them.
Right. Because they have no friends.
They have no. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is on our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow. He's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down.
And for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name, profession, now.
Me? My name's Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edward?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
I love how uncharacteristically unprofessional he is
Yes.
as a judge. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Star was a detective?
Aha! I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over there. Over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel.
Is there really only room for 6 cars here?
Yeah.
Seems kind of silly, but I'll take it.
B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
Suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk.
So how did he park it in there? Well, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know, seems kind of a weird place to have parking. We're not here
yeah.
to critique the parking lot.
It might be important, though. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
Who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have from me?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Crush his hope. Witness his account.
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrusts this pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed to Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel being so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
He doesn't know if he likes being crushed. Just merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. The witness's account.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would happen.
Want to just start pressing everything?
Yeah.
Hold it! How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet the methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence, then killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She's fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Hold it! This boyfriend, he's the detective?
Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches things.
Based. I don't want to hear polycule. Get out of here. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up to the second level, so you can see everything from there.
The room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder.
It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Thinking of a detective's intuition. Wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the street. A green one.
Then I must be hard yellowed and sharp as a tack.
Wow. Yeah, with the odor of old cheese to match. Shit. Okay. He must not be that old. In any case, there on the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
By garish car, you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
What an odd case this is. The person you saw, you were sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
She's telling the truth. We're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
You've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could try plagiarism. Wow. Okay. That's neither here nor there. Well, this is a different kind of court. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this? Why didn't you just present this?
Who knows? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snapped. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, it's most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So, what was the defendant doing at that time?
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
That's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling any egg from my egg salad surprise set.
You can't testify as to our ability to kill a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You didn't see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late.
Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony He's flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
What do I do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me feel calmer.
Don't smile like that.
Okay, we got the photograph, which implies to me that that is probably what we shoot at something somehow. But if so, what does it prove?
She's got no blood on her hands, so that's suspicious. Or anywhere else in her body. It's only the coat.
Yeah, only on the coat that she's wearing there. Like, if she was wearing it like she's wearing there, then it should have got blood elsewhere. I
Yeah.
don't know if there's something we can shoot at that shows that. So let me look at this again. Throw it at this and just see what happens. Right? Music stopped. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this. Look at this photograph.
Hold on.
Look at this photograph.
I got it.
It's just the photograph he took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? And why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? That's the part that's the problem.
Yep.
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken a moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell that?
What's better?
Huh.
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat.
But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you.
Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take this kind of abuse?
Alright, you got a better idea? Objection, or no problem.
Objection.
Objection! Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture at the moment she witnessed the crime. Yes, she did say we needed to get nitpicky.
Yeah. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the Gemmo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. Not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse, It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
Get destroyed.
Yep.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
Well, we'll press that, but then we probably throw evidence
The rubber
that shows
gloves
that they're not. They had like they didn't
don't
each
add
other's.
credence to the claim. There wasn't murder because there's no blood on it.
Well, I mean, they could have stabbed him really good and didn't get blood on the gloves or something.
How would she get blood on the coat, but not her gloves?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Ah, impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. It's bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. We've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
Said that before. Oh, yes, for saying it multiple times. It's gotta be that last one. No.
Yeah.
20 times. Rubber gloves proved.
Objection.
Just what do we throw at that, though? Maybe the knife? No, knife. I was gonna say, because if it was planned, why did you take a knife from the spot and not...
Yeah. It couldn't have been premeditated.
Unless you
It
just
was,
knew
like,
that you had something
improvised.
there. I know, I'm gonna throw it and we'll leave. The music doesn't stop. Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That is a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edwards' trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife.
This case. A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. Defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? Why do you have a child here?
Yeah, it probably shouldn't be a
Child,
murder.
let's go learn about this murder.
You want to be in the jury? Are you
Well, it's
kidding
the
me?
audience, not the jury. I don't think there's a jury.
I think people were talking in the jury, though.
Well, I don't know.
If it was
The
an
juries are the
audience,
guys
then-
that like to the side, right? And they like watch.
Yes.
And the audience are just the people that are like facing forward at the
In the
trial that
back.
just watch, you know.
Yes. So it could have been in the back. I guess it could have been both. Who knows?
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, Rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh,
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Order, order, order! Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. That's why we got the tide is now in our favor music.
yeah. Hey, chill, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
I won't go that far, but...
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
Well, what?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. She said wearing. Like, what? Why would she be wearing the gloves? But cut off.
Witness, please, tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now. Angel's deduction.
Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way from the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
And was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning on to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Wow.
Angel's
That's
deduction.
A big case of correlation versus causation.
Okay, I guess we'll press everything unless something's dirty.
I guess, yeah, just press everything.
You said that, but you haven't told us how you know.
That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie.
I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again.
Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked.
Something's half-baked here, alright, and it's you.
Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why do you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim?
Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim all the way from the prosecutor's office to the Yeah, that's us.
You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there.
You have no proof she didn't.
Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts?
There's no record of a call made to the defendant on Miss Lana Sky's phone.
She might have written him a letter.
Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least.
In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered.
I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was a suspect who summoned the victim that day?
I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim.
What kind of grudge?
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge.
Lucky. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
See? We agree that there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors.
This game confuses me.
The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us the basis for thinking that?
It's simple.
A human machine? That's a contradiction.
Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright?
Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's eyes smell like citrus fruit.
You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly?
We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done?
How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say that she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that. This is a murder case, people.
It's factually wrong. The autopsy report says there was a single stab, so...
One knife wound, yep.
Yep. Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know?
Mrs. Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short lick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Wow.
Okay, she stabbed multiple times, but autopsies say otherwise.
Right.
You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise.
I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk. It's my hero, really.
What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness.
Got the crime scene set right.
Oh, thanks.
I always believed that no one else could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. splattered blood from the victim. That's what I thought. She must have stabbed him at least once.
Tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Okay. Her red muffler?
Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she could be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose.
She's right. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Oh, wait, does the photograph not show that? What's she got on there? She's not wearing it there, you fool! Your own photograph.
Use a
It's odd that you mistook that for splattered blood. Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. Judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance.
Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Yes. Short way to smell that. We got her now. Let's destroy her again. Ray-ho!
This
Objection!
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
Objection!
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
what?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
Huh? But I can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection, chopped liver?
But it was there. A scarf. No. But something red. Really.
Well, Meryl, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the subject. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
Most important part.
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
Quite determined about the scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. Those are both snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strike like a
Interesting
snake, and bite
analogy.
like a snake.
Yeah. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Venomous, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Wow. Please never do that again.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Rawr. Apprehending the suspect. I know you're gonna play that.
Yeah, obviously.
I guess let's press everything.
Hold it!
So where's this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right. There's a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
Hold it!
You say quickly, were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was...
She was a visitor. Thus she parked in B block.
So, you witnessed the murder from... here.
Her.
That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star?
Yes, that's right.
There was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete, indeed.
Would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away?
Hold it!
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word?
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else.
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean...
Maybe she means the muffler of Edward's car.
The car muffler.
Yeah.
Something hidden in there. Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately,
My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see Miss Star.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
Wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently it was out of order.
So she used her cell phone.
indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing, whatever happened to good testifying. should of course add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
The muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at
Emma.
5:18.
Hold it!
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll say this one time, so listen close, rookies.
This is going to be a repeater. No, it's... I get to see it in action.
The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time,
Oh, that's the judge.
oh,
And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
fucker. Damn it. I hate how they just
Yeah.
switch up and it's like you have to read to make sure you know what you're reading for. Sucks. And when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
I saw it all. How did you see all that when she ran behind a wall?
Yeah.
I want to press the last one just so that we're really clear. It's on this one. Make sure that's it.
Okay.
She managed to escape. Can you be more specific? Plus, I think there's an achievement I haven't gotten yet for seeing all of her lunchboxes, and that might be for pressing everything, so I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yeah. She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras.
Huh?
She even kicked over an oil drum at me.
An oil drum? With an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime.
But it's strange.
What's that?
If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way?
The other... Parking lot entrance.
That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries.
Wish we could solve a few. We'd be finding more, though. Miss Sky tried to run.
I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright.
Not as sorry as I am.
But she didn't do it. You have to believe me.
You saw that all. Now, perhaps the picture of the layout of the place.
Yeah, 4 plans.
Objection!
Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your This is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Ahem, let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! What's the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, or the order of events.
Where she saw it. Like where she
Let's
was.
try that. Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. Let's say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
Right.
A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. We ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed this crime was here.
A block.
A block. Where in A block, though?
Security room.
Yeah, because I would see that and that, right? 'Cause it sees over here.
Yeah.
Take
Let's
that!
try that. This is the only place where she could have been. A security guard room?
Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you could see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr,
How many times have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could have turned. Today a man has got a better of Angel Star.
Order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I can to make sure justice prevails.
Guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense.
She's all mad at prosecutors for apparently lying and doing stuff, but then she's just like doing it now.
Yeah,
And it's justify the means.
indeed.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. Wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim.
Wait, how do you get this photograph if you're up there?
Yeah, where's that photograph from, huh?
The truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What would change? Angle of view to the crime, distance to the crime, difference in lighting. I mean, the angle of view?
Yeah, the angle.
Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? We were wrong.
Reload.
Save's coming.
So then the distance.
I don't think the lighting's matters.
Lighting isn't important.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the cry.
Objection!
Can you pause real quick?
Yes.
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the 4 plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness?
You.
Yes.
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
Right. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the situation, so I waited. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. Situation. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Way to go quite a way.
Okay. If she had to do that, that would have taken her much longer.
Right.
That's why I had to go through the visitors parking and B block.
It's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
Have a point. The spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
I have the evidence to stop this, raise an objection, or sit back and observe.
Objection.
Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. Al dente.
Al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you are a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. You have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. I Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go.
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. I'm afraid that the cop-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Good.
Somebody said hold it.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo, a triple-decker. Out
Wow.
of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. And the shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed.
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is legal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
I'm getting pissed off. Stop saying right twice in a row. Different spelling. You could at least study some evidence, really.
You better get used to isn't that right, Mr. Wright, because it's gonna happen a lot.
I'm already done with it.
prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged.
Victim's shoe, white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Decisive evidence.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes.
Sorry.
No, I've already read it.
Hold it! Yeah, when it's the green text, it's usually what we've already read unless it just popped up. Anyway, why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blink means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This is when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
And now to the matter of the victim's something.
Shoe. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime.
I keep reading it. Force of habit.
It's okay.
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. So you brought it to the forensics department.
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
That blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman.
I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
Oh. You're going to know something about blood tests, Ricky.
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. It's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down just to one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten the DNA test results. But they said that there was very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
The suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that. Hold it! I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
Peppered fish guts. Ugh. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe?
Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I mean, why don't you just say yes?
Yeah.
I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. The blood on the bottom?
The bottom.
Take that!
You're stepping in blood.
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Where'd be your blood in the bottom of my shoe?
Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be the contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe?
God. Well, she would have had to have stepped in it. And if she had stabbed him and stayed in one place,
The victim's shoe. So if he was stabbed, then he wouldn't be walking. If he's stabbed in a trunk, how would he get blood on the bottom of his shoe? But how do I talk about that? It's just...
stepped in it.
Yeah, because it's the victim's shoe, and there's blood on the bottom. Just trying to... whose blood is on the bottom? I'm confused. There's lots of blood when knife and dead within an hour. So I can check the footage. Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. I don't know, maybe it's the photograph again somehow. I don't see a puddle of blood, so what did they step in to get the blood on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that, unless you see any other options.
Yeah.
Take that! The problem lies in the footprints.
The footprint.
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Oh. As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe.
Objection!
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could be bloody footprints.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order! Well, witness?
What? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think Mr. Wright. Think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
I see. Now I get it.
Yeah, what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked at the very end. But she slept. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. That one.
Yeah, play that.
I'm not saying it.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha, you don't mean.
Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for the reason. For one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Wow. That ties things up quite nicely. Bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Did she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So, that's when my sister's blood got on my shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
But what? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Why'd you take such a long time? Anyway.
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection!
Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court.
Threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
Photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait. The asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. But there's the muffler
Also,
thing. It's right there.
yeah.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Leah.
Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
It's the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection.
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph.
Hold on. Play it.
Look at this photograph.
The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, Wright. Are you saying there's a problem with the latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. The muffler.
The muffler.
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also part of your part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does it have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. The word muffler was overheard.
Yep.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. And that's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler.
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, That means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Well,
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we have a we do a I can speak it, huh? Here we do a disservice to the law. Close enough. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I love you.
I love you more.
I suppose so.
Phew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. You still hungry? To be continued. Well, we did it. Trial former, trial latter. So this trial is split up into two, so we're still not even done with the first day.
My God.
So this might be a really long trial, everybody. They really went all out with this bonus trial compared to the others.
Yeah, they did. Wow.
Everyone, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a stellar day.
I'm taking the wheel!